So what happened in the garden? I'm going to walk through this with a few props. So in Genesis 1, specifically 27, it talks about the gods, or it says us, but anyway, wants to make man in its image, in the God's image. And so there's two accounts of creation for man, one in Genesis 1, one in Genesis 2. Genesis 1 started out with a man that says that is male, female. And it shows, like if you look at the scripture, male and female, but it's like both. So it's like this. This is like, would be like a representation of the day one creation, Genesis 1:27. So this is a male, female, and created in its image of the rebellion, of the leader of the rebel, the leader of the rebellion, Lucifer. This is not Lucifer. This would represent the serpent or the snake in the garden, but this would be that man. Genesis 2 talks about a different creation. Genesis 2 has a man who is ruddy, and it would be full of life and blood. This one had the life, or the breath of life, breathed into Adam, which gave him life. Further down in Genesis, you will notice that this one was put to sleep because it was not good that he was alone, was put to sleep, and then Eve was brought forth out of Adam, and it was like this. So there are two now. There is a woman and a man in Genesis. So we go on over to Genesis 3. Now what happened? This one was alone, and this one snuck into the garden. So we had this one snuck in the garden, looks a lot like Adam, has a familiar voice and a very deceiving tongue. And so with that being said, this one convinced this one that it was giving it the knowledge of good and evil and not dying. So here's where we start. These two had a relation, and Adam came along and saw that relation and said, nobody's dying. Let's check this out. So nonetheless, that it would be how the knowledge of evil got into the good. So after that relation, this one was pregnant with two children, Cain and Abel. Cain would be the child from the first man, not Adam. And the Abel would be the child from Adam. And so when these two grow up, there is conflict between the two of them. One kills the other just like its father would. And this is a trick. Then this one goes off to the land of Nod, takes its mother father with him, and has kids. That's the story of Genesis.